What is that smell?
Kid December, boy.
Kid December.
Welcome. I told you, Hana Dai Ferodeng 8.
Yes.
It's December.
Kid December.
It's December.
I
Go
told
out.
you guys. Let's push. We're almost there. Let's push. It's almost December.
next year, bruh.
Now look, it is December. Yeah.
And it's almost the other December.
Hey, we're living as soon as possible, Chomi.
Bana.
We are living as soon as possible.
But nonetheless, we do hope you are having a fantastic December.
Yes.
So far, we are excited.
I think
Everything is just working out for the better.
For the better. I think we've even lost track of what day it is.
Yeah.
Because in December, it's just
every day is a day.
it's a weekend. Every day is a weekend in December.
But we do encourage you to drink responsibly. I know a lot of you are going to be drinking. Drink responsibly. Drive to arrive safe.
Don't drink and drive.
Do not drink and drive. Also, if you want to die, just think of the next person who doesn't want to die.
Yes.
Just because you want to die doesn't mean
the
all
next
of
person
us
wants
want to die.
Yes.
So you can't possibly be a selfish driver.
Yes.
You have to look out for other people on the road. You have to be your brother's keepers. Yeah.
Well said. I couldn't have said it better myself. We do have to play our part and be responsible citizens and be responsible, especially on the roads. I know we're all so excited.
Yeah.
And we're traveling to see our families. We're traveling for holiday. But again, do remember, please do not drink and drive. Think of everybody else's safety and not just your own.
Yeah. Just to add, and if you're going to the north, go with cash. Go with your money, withdraw your money already. You don't want to go stand in on Dangwa in that queue with 500 people ahead of you just for you to withdraw. Because everyone goes to the north. It's going to be packed. And the ATM, you can even spend an hour there just in the queue. And it's hot.
Oh my goodness.
So you want to go to the north prepared.
Go with a briefcase of money.
Go with your cash already. What else did I want to tell?
And the good thing is, if you go with cash, you already know exactly how much you're going to spend. Because that thing of swiping, that's a dangerous game.
Don't go out of budget.
That's a dangerous game. You wake up and you're like, I had 15,000 yesterday. Where did it go? You don't want to do that. At least if you withdraw, let's say you withdraw 3K, okay, fine. I only have 3K to use.
And you get excited.
Yes.
When you have money, you're like, oh, Diana, I haven't seen you in a long time. What are you drinking? Oh, it's December. What do you?
I'm drinking Hennessy.
Get a cow. Get a goat. At that time,
a cow and a goat.
A cow is 10K, Chomi, and a cow is 2.5 in the north. Like that, you've
a
spent
cow
12.
and a goat.
You have spent 12K on this random stranger, and this is out of budget.
And then once you come back to Windhoek, that stranger forgets you.
And it's now January. You are only having oil and onions in your fridge. You do not
Having
want
oil
that.
is even better, Chomi. You just have onion and bread.
So please, guys, use your money wisely, and we will be right back after the short commercial break to bring you exciting news.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. Contact events@nmh.com.na.
Starting off our top stories, billionaires are creating life-extending pills for the rich, but CEO warns they'll lead to a planet of posh zombies. Billionaires such as Amazon's Jeff Bezos, PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel, and ChatGPT Sam Altman are heavily investing in anti-aging research with the goal of developing life-extending pills and technologies. Bezos has committed $3 billion to Altus Labs, a biotech firm researching biological reprogramming to rejuvenate cells and reverse aging. Similarly, Thiel supports a Methuselah Foundation, which works on technologies to extend healthy lifespans, like creating new organs and restoring cognitive and physical abilities. Altman has funded Retro Bioscience with $180 million, aiming to extend life by a decade within the next 4 years. Researchers are also achieving breakthroughs such as drug developed by scientists in London and Singapore that increased mice lifespans by 25%. However, critics like Phil Cleary, author of Elixir, warned that these advancements could exacerbate inequality, as such technologies may only be accessible to the wealthy. Clearly calls to the pursuit ego-driven and argues that these resources would be better spent addressing global humanitarian crises, such as having millions of children who die annually from hunger and preventable diseases. Cleary emphasizing the ethical implications of focusing on prolonging elite lives while neglecting pressing global issues. He warns that life-extending pills could create an unjust world dominated by privileged minority with access to advanced anti-aging treatments, turning them into what he describes as posh privileged zombies. This debate raises critical questions about the priorities and consequences of scientific advancements.
Who gives life?
God.
Who can prolong life?
God.
So what are these pills? What are these pills?
They're the fountain of youth pills, Shobi.
They are not gonna work.
Like, honestly.
They are not gonna work. You're just gonna waste your money in this nonsense and still die.
You know, there's a show I used to watch. It's called The Resident. You can watch it on Netflix. It's basically about a resident doctor. And now I'm realizing The Resident was way ahead of its time. Because in the one episode, this one doctor he treats this one billionaire, and this one billionaire is like, well, since you're looking into cancer, you know, and cancer research, trying to cure cancer, how about I give you money and you look into how you can extend my life?
Yeah.
And this guy's like, but can I talk about cancer? Like, cancer is actually a pressing issue
right now.
And this guy's like, fine, I can fund your cancer research only on condition that you research this prolonging life thing.
Prolonging life is out of human control.
Like, they don't seem to think so.
Like, there is no way, there is no technology that will prolong your life.
And what
you can be healthy and still die.
And still die. The thing is, imagine you drink life-prolonging tablets, then you get into a car accident.
Exactly.
Now what?
So these things are out of your control. That, like, maybe health-wise, to prolong your health, yes, but you can still die, and while you are the healthiest person on
alive,
earth.
you walk out and the bus hits you, boom. Now
people just die like that. Sometimes it's not a car
there's
accident.
hail. Let's say there's a thunderstorm or there's a cyclone.
Do you know people die in their sleep? It's just your time. Death is inevitable.
It's inevitable.
Like, you're going to die whether you are healthy or not.
But billionaires are scared to die.
Why? But you'll live well.
No, because then, oh my goodness, all of this money. So you're telling me it just ends with me dying? No.
Give
I
it
have
to
all
someone
this
else.
money, so let me at least invest it in trying to prolong my life.
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to when you have so much money, you don't know what to do with it. It's like, you know, and what if?
But this is a scam. Like, I would expect billionaires to be smart enough to know that you cannot prolong
They
your
believe in
life.
science. They believe science can do just about anything.
Nah.
But I guess they're not accounting for the fact that they could get into a car accident today and that's it.
They are like, life is spiritual.
Yes.
It's not scientific, it's spiritual. So maybe if they can connect with the spiritual realm, then it will be able to work.
To work, unless if we're back in the days of, you know, Abraham, where there were no cars, where people were traveling by donkey or by whatever it is.
Even a donkey can kill you.
Camel,
my sister.
exactly.
You can fall off and die. I'm telling you.
Death really is inevitable.
Death comes like a thief.
It's a natural thing. Death is part of life.
Yes.
It's part of the cycle of life.
It's going to catch up with every one of us.
Regardless of whether or not you're a billionaire.
Like, just prepare your house because you're going to die.
It is what it is.
It
And you're not
is.
going to be able to take your money over to the
It
other side.
is what it is. Now moving over to our next story. A woman who calls herself a Black Barbie makes it no secret she loves plastic surgery and showing off her body, all while working as a minister. Selena said she was just 11 years old when she knew she was going to have surgery one day in a bid to achieve a curvaceous figure. The confident woman from Miami in Florida got breast surgery at 19 and at the age of 24 had a Brazilian butt lift. The 28-year-old claimed she had a calling from God telling her she needed to start a business to care for other girls who have gone through surgery. She made the decision to become a licensed church minister around to enable her to guide women. She gained criticism for being outspoken about having plastic surgery on social media, with people telling her she couldn't be a minister because of how she looks, and she has been dubbed a hypocrite for changing the body that God gave her. I am not for everybody, Selena said on YouTube's Truly TV. A lot of people have judged me and said that they don't think I'm qualified to lead girls. The woman, who claims to make 6 figures, said, God called me to become a church minister. I wasn't always religious, but it kind of just aligned to my purpose and who I am at the time.
I mean, the thing is, if let's say that now she has embraced, because the thing is, callings can just come later. We've heard of people that were maybe in the adult business and then God called them and then they turned over a new leaf. It could be a situation like that for her, where after the surgery, like, she's not that same person anymore.
Yeah.
But then again, if she's advocating for plastic surgery,
she's advocating
as a
for
minister,
plastic surgery as a minister and for girls to accept themselves, I think, or to include, I don't know.
I guess she's basically saying, don't tell me she's one of those people that are like, yeah, God gave us plastic surgery to help ourselves.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there are people that are twisted like that, that are like, no, but you know what? God wouldn't have made these resources available if he didn't want us to use them.
Yes.
That is very, very controversial because, again, we've been seeing how people are dying from these surgeries.
Yes.
These surgeries are dangerous and they're risky. And unfortunately, more and more surgeries are being done on younger people.
And your body is a temple of God.
Your body is a temple of God.
Yeah.
Because then again, if you're a minister and you're constantly wearing those robes, why do you need a Brazilian butt lift?
But no, maybe you're wearing the tighter clothing.
Trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We listen, we don't
judge. We
Yeah.
listen, we don't judge. Anyway, that brings us to the end of our top stories. Do let us know what you think about this controversial minister. On that note, we'll be right back as we are taking a trip to the bookshop at Uncle Spike's Book Exchange.
So here we are with Clifford Yates from Uncle Spike's Book Exchange. When was Uncle Spike's opened and what was its mission when it first opened?
Well, first of all, we don't really have a specific date when it first opened, but it should be somewhere between 55 and 60 years old. But my father took over the business in its current state in about 1983.
Wow, impressive. From what you know, how was the process of establishing the book exchange? Where did some of the first books come from?
Okay, the first books, I think, was the original owner. His name was Spike Bowser. He had his own collection of books that he used to read, and he started off the shop as a toy store, and there was just a small corner of books in the toy store, and over time the books became more and the toys became less until my father took it over, and then it was only books.
What do you think the reading culture was like when your father, Mr. George Yates, first took over the book exchange, and how is it different from the reading culture right now in 2024?
I think the reading culture back then was much larger than what it is today. Back then you didn't have Netflix, you didn't have internet, you didn't have all those kind of stuff, iPads and all that. And so back then to pass the time, you either watched just normal television or you read a book. So I think back then it was much larger than what it is today.
What are some of the biggest differences between Uncle Spike's in the 90s and Uncle Spike's in 2024?
Well, we are a lot bigger than what we used to be back then. I think the shop has doubled in size, and we do tend to cater for most people. We try to cater for most people at least. And yeah, we've got all kinds of genres and all kinds of languages and so on. So we try to, back then in the 90s, there was only a limited amount of books available. We couldn't get books that easily from overseas and so on, while it's now much easier to get books from overseas. Still difficult, but much easier at least.
I understand that you grew up working in the shop. What was your initial impression of the book exchange, and how do you look at it now?
No, it's always been a very interesting thing. When I was a kid, I didn't really read a lot. I only started reading when I was in high school, about 16-year-old, and back then it was completely different. I didn't know a lot about books, but I was learning about it over the years, and my father taught me a lot on how everything works and how everything is done, and I'm still learning every day. Even now, I'm still learning.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You're the 5th owner of Uncle Spike's. What are some of the traditions that you want to keep alive, and what was also passed down to you?
I wouldn't say we've had traditions, but yes, we are the 5th. I am the 5th owner of the shop. But I don't think there was any traditions, except for the fact that we stock everything from old to new books. I think that's the one thing that has always been there, from brand new to second-hand books. And we still do that today. And yeah.
What was your father's relationship with books? Was he a book lover? I know you mentioned that you didn't really read as much as a child, but now you read. How was his relationship with books? How was Uncle Spike's relationship with books? Yeah,
they read. The first owner, there's a famous picture of him with a reading chair, with this big thing stacked against the chair with the book open. And my father used to be a customer of his when he was younger. And he would, over a weekend, come by and get 2 carry bags full of books, and he would just read the nights through. He didn't really sleep a lot, so he just read.
What were some of the main categories or genres of the books that were initially stored here, especially back in the days in the 90s?
Yeah, I think the main stuff that was popular then and still popular now is romance and thrillers. And that was mainly the stuff that was stocked back then in the 90s, and not so much mainly now today, but it's still the forefront of all the books that we have. It's still the most popular genres.
What other popular genres do we have currently?
I think one of the most popular genres would be fantasy, and also what they call book talk. Now, book talk is the books that get made famous on TikTok. And it's just soppy romance sometimes it's fantasy, sometimes it's a little bit of thriller as well. But that's the kind of genres that's now very, very popular, but especially fantasy.
Awesome. Are there any new projects or collaborations that you're willing to tell us about Uncle Spike's Book Exchange?
Well, nothing really new. It's just every now and then we collab with some kind of school that we donate a lot of books to. Recently we donated a lot of books to the Multi-Here center. There's a new center that they built, and we donated a lot of books there. There's a school up north. We're going to start collaborating soon, that we're going to donate a lot of stuff to them as well. They're going to buy from us, and we're going to donate to them as well. So, but that'll happen soon.
Well, do keep us posted when that happens. Getting into my next question, you just mentioned something about how TikTok has a sort of a genre here. How has the world moving to the digital world affected the business? Is it affecting it in a negative way, or is there still ways that Uncle Spike's can benefit from the digital world?
Well, yeah, no, the digital world has given us quite a headache over the years. There's, say, about 10 years ago, we had this, when ebooks started coming into the country, we almost stood at a point where we said, all right, now enough is enough, let's close down shop. But we kept on going, and luckily people started coming back. People started wanting the feel of books again. And every day people work behind computers and behind screens and so on. And by nighttime, your eyes are a little bit sore and you're tired and you don't want to look at a screen again. So come grab a real book. And that has kind of come back in a way. But every now and then we do have a bit of a slump where people started going over to digital, but then they just keep coming back. So we luckily still in that stage.
That's great to hear. Can you tell us about the customers that come here? What do you have, regular customers, or is it different people every time?
We've got a lot of regular customers. So we always try to keep our regulars happy as well. And they know that they can get cheap, affordable books from us, and they know that we stock a lot of the genres that they want to read. And so, yeah, we've got a large a number of people that keep coming back, that wants to support us over the years. But we do get a lot of new people in as well.
I totally agree with that. When I was in college, I was, an avid supporter of the shop. So I'm guessing also a lot of college students come here to buy books.
Yes. College students, kids from all ages, basically.
What do you want Uncle Spikes to be remembered for, the book exchange, and associated with?
I think something that my father also taught me over the years was to be always friendly with the customers. There is the saying of the customer is always right, but we've learned that that's not always the case. But to be friendly and to be honest. So we always try to be honest. We could have taken people's money over the years, but we just didn't. We give the money back. We always try to be honest with them and tell them, listen, this is what you get for your books that you're bringing in. If you're not satisfied, please let us know. And I think that has helped over the years. The legacy has continued. And also just to have the legacy of cheap, affordable books in the shop. And that has always helped.
What was it like taking over after your father?
It was difficult. It was a difficult change, not having him here anymore. He was here for 41 years that he was sitting behind that desk. And that was a difficult transition, but we've gotten used to it. We know that he's still looking after us. He's here in spirit, even if he's not here physically. And we continue on with his legacy as well.
Did you experience any challenges in terms of the customer base? Do you feel they were more loyal perhaps to your father, or they were loyal to the brand?
I think they were loyal to both myself and my father, and to the brand as well. Because I've been here for about 16 years now, and people have gotten to know me over the years. 16 years that I've been working full-time, because they know me from high school when I used to help out my father as well. So over the years, people have gotten to know me and gotten to, they know my name, and they know my father's name, and they know we are Uncle Spikes. It wasn't just him, Uncle Spikes, or me, Uncle Spikes. We were Uncle Spikes. So that helps.
What do you envision for the future of the book exchange?
We're just going to continue doing what we do, continue learning about books and all that. A lot of our customers teach us as well about certain books, stuff that's popular. So we always learn, we always get taught, and we're just going to keep on doing what we're doing, and hopefully it'll work out for 10 years, 20 years from now.
Any big lessons that you have learned throughout your journey with Uncle Spike's Book Exchange that you might want to share with us?
I think the honesty part has always been something that stuck with me, to be honest. It's not always easy to be honest with people, but it really pays off in the end, for yourself, for your mental health, and for the other person as well. And yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that my father taught me, was to always be honest, and I'm trying my best to do that as well.
Thank you so much. Anything that you'd like our viewers to know or just hear from you?
Just come grab a book. Get into reading. Reading culture is so fun, it's so fantastic, so relaxing from our day-to-day busy life. Let's read.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And okay.
Oh, well, there you have it. We've come to the end of today's broadcast. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.